have Dr. Ranjeet Singh, founder and managing director of Sherlock Institute of Forensic Sciences India Private Limited, speaking on the topic forensic science development and innovations. Dr. Ranjit Kumar Singh has more than 12 years of experience in the field of forensic sciences, and he has vast knowledge and experience in his arena of expertise, especially in the areas of fingerprint and question documents. Dr. Singh is a founder and managing director of SAFS India Private Limited, one of the very few private companies providing forensic science services. He has many national and international papers as well as book published on his name. He has also provided with numerous legal reports for Honourable Court, Delhi Police, UP Police, and many other governmental organizations and law enforcement agencies. It's an honor to welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Anju.
Thank you so much, sir. Welcome.
So let me. Thank you, one and all. And thank you, Jax Foundation, for providing the opportunity. Thank you, Anju. Thank you, Shraddha Banerjee, for giving opportunity and connecting a lot of scientists for sharing their thoughts and discussing a different platform in this National Summit 2020. And the theme of this summit is Innovation in Forensic Era. Basically, the forensic science and its innovation is altogether about the thinking, and being an innovator or being a scientist, what we require to follow the actual process of identification, and that identification process leads to the ABCD. In a layman, it's generally ABCD of the forensic investigation. If you know the ABCD, then you can do a good investigation. What does it mean? It means A is a stand for analysis. If you are doing a proper analysis, as Dr. Arun Sharma sir, Dr. Akhilesh Pathak sir already explained that what is the importance and what are the things which we are facing and what are the things we are facing in our forensic science laboratory if a proper evidence is not collected. Then a comparison. If comparison is not properly done, as it is already explained that in this innovation era, we require a proper training, we require a good number of equipment hands-on, so comparison is required, and by comparison, even by having a good number of equipment, having a good techniques, good laboratory, your evaluation is depend upon your training and skills, what kind of training and what kind of skills you have. It is very, very important that a training and skills is required. So here in this, if you are a good analyzer, if you are doing comparison, if you are evaluating the evidence, you should not be biased and your results should not be deviated by any means. Like in the recent, you have seen that there are many allegations on the forensic science reports, and there are many allegations on the investigation. We all talk about that police is not well equipped. We all talk about police is not doing a proper investigation. We talk about police is not collecting evidence proper. They are the police officer. They are not the scientific expert. Have we ever tried to train them? Nahi. We never tried to train them, and it's our duty being a forensic professional to give the training to the police officer about the collection of the evidence, because they are the one who is at the scene of crime, and from scene of crime they are collecting the evidence. Well said by Arun Sharma sir that people have the faith in the forensic. They have a good faith in the forensic. Even in the recent case, a very sensational case of our country versus media debated more than 75 days. They they have the eye on the forensic expert. So yes, society has a faith in the forensic science. So our duty being a forensic professional is required that we should not be biased and our results should not be deviated by if you are not properly trained. What is required being a good innovator? So you require a keen eye, you look at evidence in a way that you can solve, like Dr. Bhupesh explained, a different kind of new scenario, new crime. Even in corporate investigation, we are finding a different kind of issues, challenges, data breach cases. So for that, we require a good analytical skill and investigation mind. Investigative mind is very, very important, because sometimes when the police called that this case is not solved by us because it's a complex crime or sometimes they call it a simple crime. So what is a complex crime and what is a simple crime? So as per my definition, there is no difference between the complex crime and the simple crime. Complex crime, where the investigative mind of investigator is not fully used, and the simple crime is a crime where the mind of criminal is not fully used. Both communication is very, very important, because at the end of the day, after the analysis, after the investigation, you have to present these evidences into the court of law, and for that you require a good written and the verbal communication, as it is already told that report should have a explanatory, a self-speaking should be. Presence of mind is very, very important, that why these kind of questions are asked. Listening skill, sometimes people have a very less listening skill in our forensic science. They are not open about that what kind of technique can be done and what kind of technique cannot be done. And being a forensic innovator, you should be imaginative. You can imagine anything, and it is very, very important once you are very imaginative. By being imaginative, you can approach, you can propose your ideas to your seniors, your investigator, your law enforcement agencies, and at every platform. Because it's either it's any field, you just consider any field, either it's a question document, fingerprint, cyber forensics, any field you consider, you require a crime, different kind of crime is increasing, and the commitment is not in a normal way, it is in a very different way. First generation things are not reaching to the forensic science laboratories. It's very important that forensic science students reach to the forensic science laboratory. That is a one issue which is raised by many students group, which is very, very important. That once you will get opportunity, only you can be imaginative, only you can be a good skills person, only you can put your investigative mind. By sitting in your home, by having a master degree, you cannot be imaginative. You require to provide the opportunity. And it's duty of all the esteemed speaker and the higher authority, those who are listening these things, they should give the equal and even the more opportunity to the forensic science students, because they have invested their time, their education, their everything for the forensics. And forensics, they want to serve the society. So equal opportunity is very, very important to give all the students. Why forensic science is more important, and why society and the courts have the faith in us? Because it's a reliable, it's a believable. Whatever the things we are showing in the court of law, court should believe on us. They are very much dependent on the forensic analysis. Evidences are admissible without having any, if the proper scientific parameter is followed and accepted by the scientific community. It's very important that the guidelines should be, whatever the analysis examiner or the expert have done, admissible by the scientific authority. Authenticate, these evidences authenticate that either this is a crime committed or this evidence having an importance or not. Because in this Silicon era, we have provide the complete details, and this complete details we require to follow that evidence should be reliable and admissible so that court can make a decision. It is very, very important. At the end of the day, we all have to face the cross-examination being an expert witness. And the issue is that we always believe that our answer can be yes, or it can be a no. No, it is not always yes or no. Being an expert, it is our duty to train our students, to train our colleague that you should not give always answer in yes or no, because you should learn the degree of opinion, what the degree of opinion can be done, what the degree of different 9 degree of opinion which is set by the different scientific community. Can be identification, can be a highly probable, can be a probable, cannot be a probable did not, and there is no necessary to always form opinion. If evidence which you have received from the scene of crime, it is not adequate, it is not sufficient to form an opinion. You being an expert, you should form your opinion as a no opinion. So this is a very, very important things that we require to discuss in this. And we should make awareness of the forensic, because here you can see the bank manager, how they write the spelling of forensic. They are not aware, those who are dealing with the several kind of money transactions, there are several financial frauds. And if they are not aware about the forensics, you can see the result, how they will understand the importance of these particular field, which is playing a very important role, and it is very, very important to understand the things. So with this, it's very important that students should be innovative, students should learn the things, they should know the law behind the things, because forensic with law will never flaw. If you know the law, if you know the evidence value, if you know how to present, it is very, very important that you represent whatever the opinion you have formed along with their legal implications. You should study the law also, apart from the scientific parameters. So with this, it's very important that how we are, representing the things. If we are representing the things in a very proper way, only this can be a very, very important, and this can be a useful for the future generation. In the present scenario, we all are having issues related to the digital forensic and digital forensics. For that, we require a proper training. Where we are lacking, we always say that this kind of things are required, these kind of things are required, these analyses are required. But are we training our students sufficient? Are we giving a proper training in our colleges? No, we are not giving a proper training. So it's a duty of being a professional, being a teacher, being a trainer, being a forensic science laboratory. We should give equal opportunity to the students so that students can learn more and more about the subject things, right? So with this, as we are lacking, we have the less time, and we already passed the time. I will give message here. Try to learn more and more. There is no competition in forensic science. Your competition is with you only. Whatever the things you have learned earlier, you should improve yourselves. Thank you, Anju. Thank you, Namita. Thank you, Shraddha, for giving me opportunity to speak on this platform. Thank you, all the audience, for listening.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really an inspiring talk. And at this moment, I want to remind all the participants that being a forensic expert is not such a simple job. You should train your mind well, develop analytical skills, and moreover, you should keep your integrity without being biased. So if you do so, I hope opportunities will come to you. And I highly appreciate your efforts, sir, for coming up with such an initiative and supporting Jack's Foundation. Thank you so much. And there is a question raised by one of our participants regarding the unemployment issues. So will you be able to answer few queries regarding that?
See, the unemployment, if you are just thinking about that, you want to be an employee in the forensic science laboratory, you all cannot be employed in the forensic science laboratory. You have to be a very innovative, because this, the theme of this summit is innovation. And being an innovative is very important, that you should explore a different area. Just go and explore in the corporate. Corporate, they are facing lots of issues with the data breach. They are facing lots of issues with the cyber security. You go and explore. You go into the grievance department of the insurance company. You go into the risk management and control unit, RMC unit. They require people like you. But if you have just only a dream that you want to work in the forensic science laboratory, sorry, there is a very less vacancies. And forensic science laboratories in a government, in India, we do not have more than 5% government jobs. So what a 95% student will do? They have to make, do we have any government job for the lawyers? No, they all are practicing. You all can go and explore. You have a good opportunity, and you can get guidance from the different advocates. You just go and learn, the things, because proper training is very, very important. Yes, as far as the job issue is concerned, forensic science laboratory should give the equal opportunity to the forensic science students. It's a very injustice with the students that they are not eligible to fill the form. They are not eligible to fill the form. Being a forensic science student, if you are not eligible, one incident I like to raise here, when Delhi University started their masters in forensic science, and unfortunately those who have the bachelor in forensic science, they are not eligible to get the admission in master in forensic science. So you can see the irony of the ignorance in our country. So ignorance is, if you are not getting a job in the forensic science laboratory, it doesn't mean that you are not serving a forensic science. You can serve a forensic science at any platform. You just connect with the many police agencies, many IPS officers, they are welcoming. They are, because nowadays IPS officers are not like earlier. Nowadays they are IIT and they are MBBS. If you have the skills and if you want to provide anything which is helpful for them to solving a case, they will take you on the panel. And ultimately, we all are working for the bread and butter. They will provide you amount also.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. But I just want to ask one more suggestion for all the already passed out students. Like there are so many people who have passed out, like they've done their graduation in forensic science and masters in forensic science, and still they are unemployed. So many people, because as you said, there are a lot of irony, because for all the post of forensic sciences, equally they other people are getting the opportunity, like for pure science students and everyone. So it's very difficult and it's very competitive in this area. But these people, the students who have already in this field, who have graduated in this area, they are.
I think you have muted yourself.
Okay, sorry. You able to hear me, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I was asking for these students, maybe they'll be lacking some of the practical knowledge in the particular area. So since this field, like forensic science, is more related to the government jobs and all, the students are not getting an opportunity to get certain certificates, or because there are no if you want to know about the polygraph, for example, there is no opportunity to learn that skills unless you're getting into a government organization or something. So what do you suggest for those people who are willing to study these things, but they're not getting the opportunity to?
Yes. For that, those who are willing, they should approach to the forensic science laboratory. I know this is very difficult. And it is very difficult that students are not entertained by the forensic science laboratories, because the reason behind that, many forensic science laboratories, they do not have their research and the training department. They are taking students as a normal, and they are working with their staff, a scientific officer or the senior scientific officer. And this is also, for giving opportunity to students on a actual evidence, it's harmful. It can be a harmful also. So every forensic science laboratory, they must start one training and the research area where they can generate one research training module. They can give opportunity, they can give hands-on practice to the students. Apart from the forensic science laboratory, the institution, those who are offering the MSc and the BSc forensic science in the university, they should also develop their laboratory, and they should call the stakeholders, they should call the expert, so that expert can explain how the techniques is work. Particularly if you talk about the particular expertise, like as you explain a polygraphy. Yes, polygraphy is maximum in area where a government laboratory is conducting. Very few private laboratories are conducting the polygraph test. If someone wants to join a polygraphy expertise, they can approach to the private forensic science laboratories. They can approach to our laboratory. We will happy to train the students. They want to training in the question document examination, and they want to do the hands-on practice on ISDA. They want to do the hands-on practice on VSC. They can approach to our laboratory. We are open to train the students. But the problem here also with the students I face in past few years, they want a job on the day one without learning the techniques, without learning the things. So, you require to, first of all, you require to set up your skills. First of all, you require to how you can handle the equipments. Lots of jobs are there. I can say lots of jobs are there. But for that, it is very, very important that you should be aware about that, what are the things is required. If you are doing any investigation in the corporate, and you, as I explained that what is the temperament is required. So investigating skill is very, very important. You imagine what can be done, because in many places we are finding data breach happen, and we are not many students, those who have passed from the forensic science MSc, they are not know about how the network structure work. They cannot draw the network structure. Then how you will do the investigation? For that, you require to learn the technique. You go to any cyber security companies, you go to any private forensic science laboratory, you can go to the government forensic science laboratory and ask them that you are interested, and you show that your interest is up to their mark, then definitely they will get the opportunity.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I hope that will be helpful for so many of the participants, including me, because I'm also from a forensic background. So thank you so much.
Welcome.
So because of the time limit, we are going to the next speaker. Next speaker is waiting for us. So okay.